by the Alzheimer's Association.
So I'm thrilled to be joined for our next segment by Joe Ahern, the CEO of the 100 Club of Chicago. Extremely timely because all of Chicago, all of Cook County, all of the country and all of the world, we are still mourning the loss of tragic loss of Commander Paul Bauer. Just a few weeks ago. So, Joe, it's an honor and a privilege to have you on the program to talk a little bit about the important work that the 100 Club of Chicago doing in response to the death of Commander Bauer, and long before and long after this tragedy as well.
Yeah, thank you, Shalom. Thank you so much for having me on. Yeah, it was just 8 days ago that we laid Paul to rest, and I think it was a defining moment for all of our city and our police officers, the outpouring, because of what this man meant. He really defined giving back to the community. He was 30 years as a police officer. He was the commander of the mounted unit, and then went to the 18th district. And everyone you've spoken to, that I've spoken to, had high praise for him and how he contributed to making our community a better place. And he is a wonderful police officer, but also a great dad, a great husband.
Absolutely, and he left behind a wife and a daughter, I believe.
Yes, Ahern and his wife Erin and Grace, his 13-year-old daughter. And earlier today, there was a police mass at the FOP Hall, and it was just heavily attended to pay respects to him. Superintendent Eddie Johnson had such kind words to say about him, and really he spoke about having a meeting with all of his command staff and saying what an example Commander Bauer was to all of us, whether you're a police officer or just, in your own family, how Commander Bauer really led such a purposeful life in helping others, and how we could all hopefully aspire to be like Paul.
So, Joe, when you heard the news, tell us a little bit about your and the entire 100 Club of Chicago family's response. Tell us a little bit about the sequence of events that immediately went into place, and how you plan to continue to take care of Commander Bauer's loved ones.
Well, thank you. I happen to know Commander Bauer and worked with him through the mounted unit, because they attend so many of the special services that the police and funerals and special events, and so I got to know Paul very well. We heard about it on the 13th, and that he had been shot over at the Thompson Center. I rushed over there and of course it was such a chaotic event, and then went in and sadly met with the superintendent and his wife and daughter, and that started the sequence of events for the next week. The 100 Club is there to provide financial support to the family, and then also when Grace comes of age, we'll be able to provide college education for her. Sadly, with Commander Bauer's death, that adds to our 100 Club family list. It's 265 police officers and firefighters just in Cook and Lake County who have paid the ultimate sacrifice over the last 51 years.
And this is what you do, stepping up at times of tragedy, and you mentioned the number 265, and every single one of those is indeed a incredible tragedy for all of us. So, Joe, I want to make sure briefly in our moments remaining that our listeners know how they can get involved and know how they can contribute and get involved. You are the CEO of the 100 Club, and there are a lot of great events, fundraisers, and even some fun opportunities that people can engage in. So if you don't mind, touch on that and tell us a little bit about it.
No, of course. Well, they could go to our website, 100clubchicago.org. That's the numerical number 100, 100clubchicago.org, and follow the prompts. And we'd love it if they would consider making a donation or becoming a member. And we have roughly about 100 events throughout the course of the year. And they're big and small. We just finished up the Chicago Auto Show, where we had over 500 people attend that had bought tickets on behalf of the 100 Club. And we have a big dinner that will be coming up in October 4th, that will be a benefit that we will have. And throughout the course of the year, we have many, many events. But the 100 Club were able to provide the benefits to the families only through donations and through corporations and foundations and people that have a heart for our police officers and firefighters. If just in Cook and Lake County, there's approximately 45,000 first responders when you count all the municipalities, police, fire, sheriffs, state and local federal law enforcement. And when one is tragically dies in the line of duty, we're there. We're basically the first responders to the first responder, and to help them with financial help, counseling, and probate legal services. But even more importantly, is the college education. And we have 21 sons and daughters in college right now. Sadly, we have 65 more that will come of age in the future that will be able to provide college education. And thank God we have 21 colleges and universities that provide 2 full scholarships each for those children that want to go to those colleges.
Well, Joe, we're going to have to leave it there. But I and all of our listeners appreciate everything that you do. Donate generously, 100clubchicago.org. Joe Ahern, CEO of the 100 Club, thanks for joining us and Get Down to Business.
Thank you so much.
This Monday.